so cold. It's got so many people, but it's got no soul. And it's taken you so long to find out you were wrong when you thought it held everything. You used to think that it was so easy. You used to say that it was so easy. But you're trying now. Another year and then you'd be happy. Just one more year and then you'd be happy. But you're crying now. compliment what she does. Send her roses just because. If it's violin she loves, let them play. Dedicate her favorite song and hold her closer all night long. Love her today, find 100 ways. Don't forget there could be an old lover in her memory. If you need her so much more, why don't you say maybe she has it in her mind that she's just wasting her time. Ask her to stay, find 100 ways. Being cool won't help you keep a love warm. You'll just blow your only chance. Take the time to open up your heart. Ask a secret of romance. Sacrifice if you can. Buy her some moonlight to wear. If it's one more star she wants, go all the way. In your arms tonight, she'll reflect that she owes you the sweetest of debts. If she wants to pay, find 100 ways. In your arms tonight, she'll reflect that she owes you the sweetest of debts. If she wants to pay, find 100 ways. You better believe it. Whoa, love her today. Find 100 ways. I'm telling you to love her today. Find 100 ways. Oh, love her, love her, love her. 100 ways. Yeah, you better love her today. Find 100 ways.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me, why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. Hey, but you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you. Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight, tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you could see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can't afford to lose a day or two. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, why don't you realize Vienna waits for you? When will you realize Vienna waits for you?
Once in your life, you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you, even though you left her way across town. Wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love. Arthur, he does as he pleases. All of his life, his master's toys, and deep in his heart, he's just a boy. Living his life one day at a time. He's showing himself a pretty good time. He's laughing about the way they want him to be. When you get caught between the moon and New York City,
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
I know it's crazy,
We will begin in about 15 minutes.
but it's
So, students, please make sure you're dressed in your cap and gowns if you aren't already. And we look forward to starting in 15 minutes. Thank you.
best that you can do, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love.
again, everyone. Can we please ask all students to take their seats at this time? We'll get started in about 5 minutes, so find your assigned seat if you haven't already. And everyone else, if they could make their way to their seats as well. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, faculty, staff, and most importantly, our distinguished graduates, welcome to Carnegie Mellon University's Master of Entertainment Technology degree diploma ceremony. My name is Derek Ham, and I am the director of the ETC. And before we recognize the academic accomplishments of our graduates, I'd like to ask all ETC faculty to please stand. And now could I please ask all ETC staff to stand? And as you know, we are one big community, and the ETC would not function without the hard work and dedication of these people that we just recognized. To kick off this celebration of our amazing 2026 graduates, I'd like to welcome Jesse to the stage. Jesse is the CEO of Shell Games, a Carnegie Mellon University alum and distinguished professor of the practice at the ETC. Our co-founder, Randy Pausch, said in his last lecture of Jesse that the force is strong with this one. And I think that what he's about to do will show you exactly why Randy said that.
Hi, everybody. So good to see everybody here at graduation. It's hard to believe that it's all gone by so fast. I want everybody to think back to your first day of BVW and how that felt as you were looking forward at everything that was going to be happening at the ETC. But here it is already 2 years later, and we have the sad task of having to say goodbye to all of you, which is difficult. It's because we've all had such a great time working with all of you, seeing the incredible things that you've all done. It's exciting to see where you're going to go, but it's also, we're sad to see you go. And there is a Hungarian circus tradition, sometimes called the juggler's blessing, that when someone leaves a show troupe, that there's a party, and during the party, someone who stays behind does their most dangerous trick. And if that dangerous trick is done safely and well, and everything goes okay, then it is a sign that the path forward for you as you go out into the world is going to be smooth and clear. If something goes wrong and there's an injury, that too is a positive sign, because that's one injury you won't have to take out on your road. So I was going to do the juggler's blessing for you right now. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to juggle these 3 knives. I'll ask a couple things from everybody. Try and be a little quiet while I'm doing it, and please no flash pictures during that time. I'm looking at you, buddy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, so that seems like a positive sign. So good blessings to all of you. Congratulations, everybody, on graduating, and we're so excited to see what you're going to do next. Thanks very much.
That was amazing. It's nothing like feeling like a child again to see that, and I feel lucky to work at the ETC, and that type of amazing childlike energy and playfulness is what defines us as a beautiful creative community. Today we honor not only the academic accomplishments of our graduates, but also their resilience, determination, and passion for learning. Each of them has embraced challenges, overcome obstacles, and emerged stronger and wiser. As they stand on the threshold of a new chapter in their lives, let us celebrate their achievements and the bright futures that lie ahead. As an ETC graduate, you will join a trailblazing network of ETC alumni. And tonight, we honor one such alumnus with this year's ETC Alumni Award. The ETC Alumni Award honors an MET graduate who exemplifies leadership and innovation in entertainment technology fields through their engaging and inspiring work. Awardees join an elite group of alumni, given the opportunity to deliver a charge to the graduate class of the ET students as what will be done today. The 2026 recipient is a graduate of the ETC class of 2007. Bei Yang is currently the director of the Engineering Gen AI Asset Systems at Meta. Previously, he was a director of XR Graphics, shipping the world's first glasses form factor AR glasses, Orion, as well as the Meta Quest Pro, Quest 3, and Quest 3S. He has also held the role of director of avatar platforms, where he launched Meta's Styles 2 avatars, and he worked on productionizing Meta's Kodak avatars. Previously to Meta, he spent 15 years at Walt Disney Imagineering, starring as the associate creative designer and eventually becoming the vice president of the technology studio. There, he worked on and shipped foundational technologies such as projection mapping and merging CG animation with animatronic robots. During his Imagineering tenure, he has directly contributed to or led technology teams that built Cars Land, Shanghai Disneyland, Star Wars Galaxy Edge, and Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. He holds 3 patents. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Bei brings a spirit of adventure and technology precision to everyday life. He is an active kiteboarder and snowboarder, and when he's not on the water or the slopes, he's a dedicated coffee nerd. Bei resides in the Bernal Heights neighborhood of San Francisco with his wife Carly and their adorable 2-year-old daughter. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our 2026 Alumni Award recipient, Bei Yang.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I want to thank the faculty, I want to thank the staff, many of you who are my long-term colleagues, friends. It's been a ride. I also want to thank you for just giving me an excuse to come to Pittsburgh. I always enjoy the city, I love this place, and it just brings back so many memories. In fact, this place brings back the memory of when I was sitting in actually almost exactly the same cap and gown, graduating. And it was there that my mom pulled me aside in my cap and gown, looked me dead in the eye, and said, "It's not too late to go to medical school." But you know, there's actually a lot of wisdom in there, because embarking on this field in entertainment it's hard, and it's not a stable thing like going to medical school. Although I would argue that maybe being a doctor at this point is also not the most stable of jobs. But listen, I want to be honest with all the graduates here, with all the parents, all the guests here. Being in the entertainment field right now is kind of crazy. With the oncoming wave and tidal wave of AI, with what's happening in the world, it is an uncertain time. So I'm here. The faculty has made the unfortunate mistake of having me impart some amount of wisdom to you. So it is my duty here to give you a charge, and that is to be resilient human beings as you go into the world today. And in fact, I'm going to spend this time to convince you that you are already well prepared to be these resilient human beings as you go out into the entertainment field or any adjacent fields of your choosing from today. So I'm going to give you kind of like three things. Number one is to remember to hang on. Hang on to each other and hang on to the principles, not the skills, the principles that you've already learned here at the ETC in your 2 years here. Hanging on to each other. Hang on to each other, support each other, because as Derek said, you're joining an alumni network, but most of all, you have your class. I, to this day, still have very deep relationships with my class, my adjacent class, and the colleagues that I've formed along the way that are part of this ETC community. In fact, just a couple days ago, I was having dinner with some of my long-term friends from the ETC, and they had reminded me of the BVW feedback that I had received during my first time there. Yes. Some of it wasn't very good, turns out. But one of the reasons why you want to hold on to one another is because those are the people that you're going to build trust with over time. Those are the people that you're going to build community with over time. But most importantly, they're going to be the people that is going to be honest with you and take that honesty and take that feedback. And the one thing that you've already learned from BVW that I can tell you standing up here, 19, I can't say 20 yet, but almost 20 years later, is that feedback is what's going to carry you forward, and it is what's going to allow you to become a better person, a better colleague, and generally be more successful in your career. So listen to those people that you trust and hang on to each other. But also support each other. Many of the jobs that my colleagues now have, many of the places that they go to are because their former colleagues are there. It's because that there are other ETCers there that have pulled them in, or at least have given them some amount of information. So tap into your alumni network. I know that this is very specific advice, but this is one of the primary examples I can think of when I say, hold on. There's also these principles that you've been imbued with and inundated with while you're at the ETC. You've also gained a lot of knowledge too, but I can tell you that the durability of your knowledge is going to be very shallow, but the durability of the principles that you've learned here are going to be enduring. So hold on to those principles. Feedback is a gift. I've already mentioned this. Sometimes it might be a little bit painful, but listen to it. And I'll also say that in the fullness of time, I've also learned that that feedback in itself is also what builds trust. Jesse laughed over there because I think he remembers some of my feedback. I think one of my most memorable ones is the feedback in which the negative feedback says, things you can improve on, your priorities in general. That was a little mean. But I'll tell you that at the end of the day, actually the person that gave me that feedback ended up becoming one of my close friends and one of my close collaborators at Imagineering. We actually ended up having a 10-year romantic relationship as well. So that goes to say that even somebody that questions your priorities may actually end up being some of your closest allies and your friend going forward. Secondly, your second charge, just go do it. Go build the thing. Don't delay. You are going to walk into a world now in which you don't have the comforts of school. You're going to take on real-world challenges. You're going to have real-world consequences. Do not let that get in the way of actually just still doing the thing or building the thing or trying the thing. Just go and make it, because along the way, you will also learn what it takes to be successful. And again, going back to how you are already well prepared for this, I just described the project courses. That's pretty much what you've been doing. Learn along the way. You're not going to know what to do, and that is okay. But hold on to that principle that you are going to figure it out. But here's the thing. I already said that this is a bit of a tumultuous time right now. We're at a change in which the entire industry is getting upended. That seems scary. But the other way to look at that is actually everyone's just trying to figure it out. And I can tell you that standing up here every day, a large part of my job is figuring it out. We are grappling with technology today that is changing so fast that many of the capabilities that we're talking about that I work with every day that is becoming core to my job wasn't invented prior to November. That is a difference that we've never faced before, and you are all going into a world in which that is going to be the norm. But again, I firmly believe that this place has already prepared you for that, because the project courses are just that. So go do the thing, go learn the thing, and have confidence in yourself that you will figure it out along the way. Related to this, also know when to keep going and when to stop. I wish I had a good rubric for you or something that can kind of guide you along the way. But this is one thing that you will not have. The project courses kind of just stopped after one semester, or if you were in those lucky project courses that would continue. I'm actually just going to take this off because this is just falling off. You had those project courses, they had an end date. You're not going to have those end dates anymore. You're not going to have the security of those end dates anymore. So you're going to have to pick when to stop and when to continue. And sometimes it's going to be hard, and you're going to want to persevere, and you will persevere through those things. And you may find success after that perseverance. Or it might be time to stop, to pivot, to go towards something else. I'm going to tell you right now, no one's going to have the answers. You're going to hear advice, you're going to hear your friends, you're going to ask, you're going to try and collect data. There is no right answer. But take comfort that there is no right answer. But the one thing that I will implore you to do is to make it a deliberate decision for yourself, just like the deliberate decision to come here that is kind of setting you off on this path. That was a deliberate decision to change your life. So in those moments in the future when you're just doing it, when you're facing difficulty, when you're saying, do I need to stop or do I need to push through? There's no wrong answer. Believe in yourself and just make the decision, but be deliberate about it. Lastly, and this is something perhaps that the ETC doesn't just kind of inundate you with, and that is to have perspective. Unfortunately, this is not something that you're going to be able to learn in school, but I also believe is one of the most important things that you can have, and that it's something that I deeply care about and wish to share with you all. During my 40th birthday, I was traveling with some friends, and we were talking about cliches. And this is something that I harken back to again to building virtual worlds. We were told specifically to avoid cliches. And that is because cliches are easy, and it is because they work. And something I've realized is that in all of my life, what I've been trying to do is, gain a little bit of knowledge while also gaining a little bit of wisdom. But really, almost all of the wisdom that you'll ever need is already out there. They're just cliches that are meaningless. It is only through time that you fill those cliches that are containers with your own experiences and that they actually start meaning something to you. So the one thing that I will say that is a cliche that I want you all to remember is that life is a journey, it's not a destination. It is almost going to be meaningless to you today, but it is words that I hold near and dear to me now. You are graduating. You're graduating from school. Sometimes before school you might have been at a job, but likely you were in school before that. You've had a long series of accomplishments and destinations that you've gone to, and today you've reached kind of one of the ultimate destinations. You've graduated. But I will say that from here on out, you're going to go into a world in which there are fewer and fewer large milestones in life. And in order to not get slogged down, where the rest of life becomes a slog, recognize that the rest of life is actually the point. And holding on to that fact is also what is going to make you resilient, because it is going to sharpen the focus of what is actually important in those difficult times so that you can move forward and you can continue holding on. So in summary, hold on to each other, hold on to your principles. Just go and build the thing, and then always remember to have perspective, especially when times get tough. So, class of 2026, I want to also say that it is with glee, with pride that I'm up here addressing you all today, but also a pang of envy. You guys are actually here at an epoch of the world changing. And it is you, this class, and maybe the class after you and maybe the class before you, but it's really just these 3 years, that is going to have the most profound impact of authorship on what is going to be the future of potentially the next decade, 2 decades, or even 3 decades. So even though there might be a lot of anxiety, a lot of uneasiness, take comfort in that you have those principles, you are already well prepared and on your way to changing the world. So with that, thank you so much. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Can we just give Bay another round of applause? Thank you so much, Bay. My name is Rebecca Lombardi, and I'm the Director of Admission at the ETC, and I would also like to add a very warm welcome to all of you this afternoon. We are really excited to have you here. Parents, friends, family. I can remember these students just 2 years ago when they started their application to the Entertainment Technology Center and then went through the interview process, and wow, how they've grown. So we're really excited, and I'm super proud and honored to be able to watch them walk across the graduation stage. So I believe, are we ready to go at this point? I'm looking at my colleagues. So at this point in time, we're going to actually start the distribution of the diplomas. I think we're ready, and I have to, in advance, say I'm going to try my very best. I practice this every year. I'm not going to pronounce everything correctly, so I'm going to ask for your understanding in advance. Students, once your name is called, we're going to ask you to accept your diploma from Derek, pause for a photo, and then walk off the other side of the stage. No pressure, Mo, but we're counting on you to lead the process correctly. Family and friends, you're welcome to take photos. We ask that you kindly not block our professional photographer who's in the front row. I promise he takes great photos. It's like reminiscing with family when we see Carl. So those will all be made available to you later, and you will have wonderful photos. But please feel free to move forward if you'd like to grab some photos when your son or daughter is receiving their award. All right, here we go. Mo Aguilar. Mo was inspired to attend the ETC after watching Randy Pausch's last lecture. The greatest lesson he learned is that most growth doesn't come from the projects you work on, but from the people around you that you grow with. He will hopefully be starting his own company or game studio within the next 5 years. Congratulations, Mo. Jasmine Ali Diaz. Jasmine would like to be remembered for creating tangible experiences like Encore and Little Owl Construction Company that allowed players to have fully embodied interactions. The greatest lesson she learned is to fail fast and fail quickly so you can learn, iterate, and make something even better than the last thing you made. Congratulations, Jasmine. Tong Chen. During Frida's time at the ETC, she worked on Project Kaleido and most recently on Quake Quack. She also did a co-op with NetEase Games and as a gameplay programmer. Congratulations, Frida. Isabella Chen. Isabella was inspired to attend the ETC by Randy Pausch. She would like to be remembered for creating impressive visuals for the AI rap battle game, Mic Check, and has learned that communication is essential to successful game development. Congratulations, Isabella. Yifan Chen. While at the ETC, the greatest lesson Yifan learned is that teamwork experience is important. In the future, she hopes to be a tech lead at a game studio. Congratulations, Yifan. Yufei Chen. Yufei is proud of the work done on Team Tacit that works with haptic gloves and was nominated for the Laval Virtual Festival. She has learned that creative work becomes stronger through collaboration and hopes to still be making art and playing games in 5 years. Congratulations, Yufei. Jack Cho. The greatest lesson Jack learned is how much good teammates matter, and more than expected, soft skills often count for more than technical ability. He is proud of being the solo programmer during the Speak Your Heart project, as it won the Best Student Award in the Serious Game Showcase and Challenges in 2025. Congratulations, Jack. Ming Fen Chong. Jing was inspired to attend the ETC by her master's advisor, who opened her eyes to VR. She has learned that no game gets built alone, it takes a team. In the future, she hopes to be a designer who creates VR, MR experiences that fully immerse players, someone who builds not just a game, but a community around it. Congratulations, Jing. Melanie Danver. Melanie was inspired to attend the ETC by Mo Mahler, who gave her her first job with Disney Research in 2013, and has offered great mentorship ever since. She is extremely proud to be part of the team that created Botmania for Give Kids the World Village and is still operating at the resort in Florida today. Congratulations, Melanie. Azu Day. Azu would like to be remembered for helping people around him with their work. Even though things didn't always go smoothly, he has made many friends and has learned a lot. Azu will be going for a PhD program, so hopefully will be a researcher or teaching professor in the future. Congratulations, Azu. Jialan Dong. Jialan has learned that you can make things happen. You can make great things happen, even the ones that seem out of reach. She would like to be remembered for being a caring and reliable friend, and in the future, she hopes to develop games with like-minded classmates and friends. Congratulations, Jialan. Elizabeth Egan. A series of encounters with ETC folks during the Games for Change 2023 festival is what inspired Libby to apply. The greatest lesson she has learned is to forgo perfection, especially within the early stages of developing a project. She would like to be remembered as a good teammate and someone who was not afraid to go out of their comfort zone. Congratulations, Libby. Michelle Fawn. Michelle was inspired to join the ETC by her mom. She would like to be remembered for always having free chocolate at her desk, and in the future, she hopes to be a professor who inspires students to pursue their dreams. Congratulations, Michelle. Nina Gamboni. Nina was inspired to attend the ETC by her stepdad, who gave her an amazing recommendation of the program. She would like to be remembered for working on Onion Future and for being an improv TA. She hopes to hit it big with an indie game in the future. Congratulations, Nina. Yuntian Gao. During Sky's time at the ETC, he worked on projects Wizard Mode, Kicks Lab, and Big Picture Studio. Congratulations, Sky. Alex Hall. Alex was inspired to attend the ETC by his family, friends, and mentors. He would like to be remembered for making the flesh wall on the cavern. In the future, he hopes to release his game, The Breach War, and pursue a doctorate in human-computer interaction. Congratulations, Alex. Yili Han. Yili was inspired to attend the ETC by her mom and her cat. She has learned to communicate proactively and work efficiently and would like to be remembered for being the one who was always down for a good time, always ready for road trips, and camping adventures. Congratulations, Yili. Brian Hay. Brian would like to be remembered as the friendly car nut who helped classmates with all things related to cars. He credits Randy Pausch for the invaluable lessons he passed on, and he is grateful for the opportunity to be an intern at Universal Orlando during his final semester. He hopes to have his own company in the future. Congratulations, Brian. Malaya Heflin. Malaya's dad gave her her first lessons in programming when she was a kid, ultimately inspiring her to pursue computer science in a creative industry. She would like to be remembered for her Botmania project installed at Give Kids the World Village, as well as her co-op at Disney. Congratulations, Malaya. Shirwei Hong. The greatest lesson Shirwei learned is to make decisions you won't regret and just enjoy the ride. He is thankful to every teammate and faculty member he worked with. In 5 years, he hopes to be the one that is living in the moment. Congratulations, Shirwei. Eliana Huang. Eliana was inspired to attend the ETC by friends and alumni. She has learned how to work on a team and is proud of being a producer, artist, and tech artist. In the future, she hopes to be making games. Congratulations, Eliana. Yen Chun Huang. James was inspired to attend the ETC by Randy Pausch and friends who share the same interest. He would like to be remembered as the guy who pitched a weird project, who juggles, and who gets people to play ball. He sees himself as a part of the indie studio in the future. Congratulations, James. Yu Hua Huang. Yu Hua has learned to be yourself sometimes, and sometimes don't be yourself. He is proud of Team Croissant, Tale of the Oath, being released on Steam, and Team 270 Degree Fun hitting the largest multiplayer numbers within the cavern space. Congratulations, Yu Hua. Zhu Yo, AKA Victor. Victor was inspired to attend the ETC by his family, his good friend Bing, and Jesse Shell. He would like to be remembered for being someone people could count on, both as a teammate and as a person. He hopes to be a game designer and developer who creates work that has a positive impact on the world in the future. Congratulations, Victor. Jimmy Jian. Jimmy would like to be remembered for being an architect who can code, someone who bridges the gap between spatial design and interactive technology. He has learned that strong communications is just as important as technical skills, especially in interdisciplinary teams. Congratulations, Jimmy. Yifan Jiang. Yifan has learned that making a good game is not just about technical skills, but about collaboration. She was inspired to attend by the indie game community, and in the future, she hopes to be working in the game industry in China. Congratulations, Yifan. Sally Jin. Sally was inspired to attend the ETC because of her passion and curiosity toward the game industry. She is proud of being a member of Team 270 Degree Fun and making a cool cavern experience with her teammates. She hopes to be making art that she likes in the future. Congratulations, Sally. Joshua Kaplan. While at the ETC, Joshua has learned how to switch between rest mode and work mode, as well as how to improvise and adapt when things turn out unexpectedly, and how to scope well and rescope when needed. In the future, their goal is to bring more wonder and play to people. Congratulations, Joshua. Samantha Lai. Samantha would like to be remembered for her work on the Interactive Story Labs, Kicks Lab, and Big Picture Studio. She has learned how technology can enhance an experience if used intentionally. In the future, she hopes to become a pioneer in narrative design and research. Congratulations, Samantha. Paige Lee. Paige came to the ETC because she believed in a place where technology and creativity meet. but she stayed because of the people. She would like to be remembered for the energy she brought to her projects, for caring about people, for helping teammates move forward, and for believing that what we build should make someone feel something. Congratulations, Paige. Cynthia Lee. Cynthia was inspired to attend the ETC by her friends. She would like to be remembered for her BVW Worlds, and the most important lesson she learned is just do it. In the future, she plans to be in the game industry. Congratulations, Cynthia. Yi-Fei Lee. Faye was inspired to attend the ETC for the maker culture. She has learned that you should pick an idea and iterate later, and would like to be remembered for her work on Project Encore, which was an immersive lobby installation for Titanic the musical. Congratulations, Faye. Hazel Lee. Hazel would like to be remembered for how much she grew from her starting point in games. She stepped into the role of a 3D artist on various projects and in the advanced pipeline course, embracing new challenges along the way. She is excited to see where life takes her in the future and trusts she will end up where she is meant to be. Congratulations, Hazel. Jia Xuan Lim. Joy would like to be remembered as someone who was always open to learning and stepping outside her comfort zone. She is most proud of Project Physical Presence Pet, where she had the opportunity to explore unique platforms and user experiences. Congratulations, Joy. Lim Zai Chu. Terry was inspired to attend the ETC from Randy Pausch's last lecture. She would like to be remembered for being the head tech TA for BVW and for winning the first Penguin Award, as well as being a graphics programmer of the Cavern Cool Toolkit. Congratulations, Terry. Ling Li. Ling. Ling's classmates tapped her for being helpful and assertive, and she would like to be remembered as someone who embodies and maintains these two traits. She has learned that balance is extremely important, and in the future, she hopes to be a good technical artist and game producer. Congratulations, Ling. Shiwen Liu. Shiwen was inspired to attend the ETC because of the creativity and possibility. She would like to be remembered for internships at Tencent and NetEase, and for being a TA for Visual Story. She has learned that communication and teamwork are extremely important. Congratulations, Shiwen. Aurora Liu. Aurora was inspired to attend the ETC from her undergraduate, Professor Moon. She is proud of being part of Team Equatorio. She has learned that communication is important and friends help along the way. Congratulations, Aurora. Ian Favid McFadden. Ian was inspired to attend the ETC by several of his undergraduate advisors and professors, and his family has been a huge support. He is proud of the various types of projects and roles he pursued at the ETC, and his greatest lesson is that there is always something new to learn out there. Congratulations, Ian. Jose Francisco Mireles Macario. Jose Francisco would like to be remembered for being passionate about the work he was part of in developing 3 Cavern experiences and 3 Lego projects, as well as for making guacamole during live gatherings. He has learned that believing in yourself is a choice and is the starting point of every achievement. Congratulations, Jose Francisco. Unyang Park. Unyang would like to be remembered for her work as a TA for the advanced pipeline and visual story classes. The greatest lesson she learned is communication and collaboration is what transforms a vision into something real. She hopes to be a technical artist or PhD student in the future. Congratulations, Unyang. Jiwon Park. While at the ETC, Jiwon has learned to prototype fast, playtest, and iterate. She would like to be remembered as a designer who helped make complex ideas clear and usable. In the future, she sees herself leading complex design projects. Congratulations, Jiwon. Jack Peng. Jack was inspired to attend the ETC by his parents. He would like to be remembered as a dedicated game designer who made weird but bold games and loved every second of it. He hopes to be a lead game designer in the future, creating memorable moments for people. Congratulations, Jack. Grace M. Rodriguez Gomez. Grace is so happy she stopped asking herself what if and decided to say, let's try, by going to graduate school. She is grateful for all her teams and is happy to have 3 worlds in the 2024 Fall Festival. She hopes to be a technical director in the entertainment industry in the future. Congratulations, Grace. N. Ron. N is proud of being able to exhibit Speak Your Heart and 270 at places like GDC and the Serious Game Showcase and Challenge. The greatest lesson she learned was the idea of yes and from improv class. In the future, she hopes to be surrounded by people who care about what they make. Congratulations, N. Devika Santosh. Devika was inspired to attend the ETC after a TD at Disney helped her realize that she can still work in a creative field with a technical background. She is proud of being someone who did a little bit of everything, and she took on multiple roles in her projects. She enjoyed co-directing the Fall Festival live stream and head TAing visual story. Congratulations, Devika. Leah Shi. Leah would like to be remembered as a member of Team Actus, a project created with her best friends full of happy memories. She has learned that the work-life balance is important. Enjoy the process, enjoy the people, and enjoy the moment. Congratulations, Leah. Courtney Singleton. Courtney would like to be remembered as a member of Dream Me Out and Little Owl construction projects, which delivered finalized experiences. She has learned how to bounce back from failure and get comfortable with discomfort. She hopes to work in show control or programming in the future. Congratulations, Courtney. Dennis Sun. Dennis was inspired to attend the ETC for opportunities to combine art and technology. The greatest lesson learned was to continuously question, research, and learn independently. He would like to be remembered for his work on an asymmetric hide-and-seek game using eye tracker and controllers in a BBW world. Congratulations, Dennis. Nellie Tonev. Randy Pausch's last lecture heavily inspired Nellie to live her life in pursuit of her biggest dreams. She was a head BBW TA and would like to be remembered most for being a good friend and teammate who was always doing something interesting, including all the puzzles she was always making on the side. Congratulations, Nellie. Winnie Tsai. Winnie was inspired to join the ETC after reading The Art of Game Design from Jessie Schell. She has learned that courage is knowing when to persist and when to let go. And she would like to be remembered as the person who constantly steps out of her comfort zone. Congratulations, Winnie. Benjamin Lee Walker. Benjamin was inspired to attend the ETC by the youth he serves, along with his family who fuel him to fulfill his aspirations. In the future, he hopes to create a multi-tiered game industry training development event arcade and studio in a Black community serving Black youth and the communities of Pittsburgh. Congratulations, Benjamin. Shiwei Wang. Shiwei was inspired to attend the ETC by Tony Tao. He would like to be remembered for his work on Project Archigram, and the greatest lesson he learned is collaboration. Congratulations, Shiwei. Yingji Wang. Yingji's first introduction to programming was through Alice, so joining the ETC feels full circle for her. She would like to be remembered for her cheerful smile and for hand-carving stamps for all the BVW teams at the festival. She hopes to lead a technical team in animation in the future. Congratulations, Yingji. Yi Wei. Yi is proud of being a visual story TA and having the chance to work on AI and MR projects. He was inspired to attend by Randy Pausch and has learned how to communicate more effectively and organize team collaborations. Congratulations, Yi. Wendy Wen. A meaningful highlight for Wendy was receiving the ETC Creative Good Fund to support her research. She plans to continue her PhD in Computer and Information Science with an interest in HCI and robotics. She has learned to take risks, make mistakes, and grow from them. Congratulations, Wendy. Derek Wong. Derek was inspired to attend the ETC by his brother Michael. He is most proud of his work on Project Onion Future. He has learned he wields a great and fearsome power, and in 5 years, he's hoping for his first billion. Congratulations, Derek. Michael Wong. Michael inspired Derek, and Derek inspired Michael. It's a brotherly inspiration. Michael is also proud of his work on Project Onion Future. He has learned that the first version of anything you do won't be so good, so make the first version as fast as possible and move on. He hopes to be creating a really good game in the future. Congratulations, Michael. Mingzhou Xu. Unfortunately, Mingzhu is not able to join us today, but while at the ETC, Mingzhou has learned that while passion and love for one's projects are great to have, persistence can be more important. He would like to be remembered for being a software engineer at Amazon, as well as for his work on Project Questmaker. Congratulations, Mingzhou. Yixing Xu. Yixing was inspired to attend the ETC by his father. While here, he has learned that cooperation matters, and he is most proud of his fourth world during BVW. In the future, he plans to be a professional bassist and an indie game developer. Congratulations, Yixing. Yu Chen Xu. Yu Chen is proud of receiving the first Penguin Award, and in the future, he sees himself on stage with his band. Congratulations, Yu Chen. Junru Yang. Unfortunately, Junru is also not able to join us today, but joined the ETC because of her love for RPGs. She has learned the whole workflow of game production while here. In the future, she hopes to be the head of a game studio. Congratulations, Junru. One more not attending, unfortunately, Zhangqi Yang. While at the ETC, Zhangqi learned that communication is extremely important. She would like to be remembered for her work on Team Ascent, and in the future, she hopes to have a stable job with no overtime. Congratulations, Zhangqi. Helen Yang. Helen was inspired to attend the ETC by the game courses she took as part of the Ideate program. She is proud of being the designer and artist for 3 very innovative XR projects and has learned that teamwork is very important for making a good project. Congratulations, Helen. Boreas Yang. Boreas would like to be remembered for being the keyboardist for Kamachi Kama. He has learned that you always should return the key after using the sound studio. And in the future, he hopes to be with Bushy Road Games. Congratulations, Boreas. Handan Jiang. Handan was inspired to attend the ETC by a teacher from her undergraduate school. She has learned to have a positive attitude toward difficulties, and in the future, she plans to become a VFX and technical artist in the industry. Congratulations, Handan. Max Zhang. Greatest lessons for Max while at the ETC are his attitude towards socializing with others, teamwork, and problem solving. He would like to be remembered for being a head TA for BVW, as well as World's Meltdown and Metro Core during his BVW class. Congratulations, Max. William Zhang. William was inspired to attend the ETC because he wanted a place to apply his CS background with creative storytelling. He would like to be remembered for adapting his role to the needs of his team, from narrative writer to sound designer to technical producer across BVW Worlds and Project Physical Presence Pet. Congratulations, William. Xiaofan Zhang. Xiaofan is also not able to be here today, but has learned a lot about the importance of collaboration at the ETC. She is proud of the work done on Project Ascent. In the future, she hopes to be a skilled environment artist in the animation or game industry. Congratulations, Xiaofan. Yiran Jiang. Yiran is proud of being part of Project Mic Check, which won the best case study in the Artificial Intelligence and Interactive Digital Entertainment Conference in Canada. In the future, she wants to keep creating, exploring, and moving between different forms of expressions. Congratulations, Yiran. Jerry Zhang. Jerry was inspired to attend the ETC by Jesse's book, The Art of Game Design. He would like to be remembered for being the greatest spicy hot pot researcher and maker, and he has learned a lot about collaboration and dedication while at the ETC. Congratulations, Jerry. Ethan Zhu. Ethan would like to be remembered for the work he did on Project Brick Bond in spring 2025. He has learned to scope smaller as it's always too big. In the future, he hopes to have a stable career in the game industry. Congratulations, Ethan. Okay, my friends, thank you for bearing with us. That concludes the distribution of diplomas. Can we all give the class of 2026 a big round of applause? Thank you again, everyone, and at this time, I'm turning it back over to Derek for our Student Recognition Awards.
Thank you, Rebecca. Sorry, I just have to get back on. All right. We have 3 awards this afternoon, and to be given to 3 very deserving individuals. The students are selected for each award by the ETC faculty, and it's never an easy job to have to choose from such a talented pool of amazing group of students. But we'll begin with our first award, the Ann Humphreys Memorial Award, which is inspired by and in honor of ETC faculty member Ann Humphreys. This award is given to a student who has made the most out of life by living with passion for the moment and has a focus on community building projects which better the lives of others, and in doing so, influences others to be positive. Please join me in congratulations this year's recipient of the Ann Humphreys Memorial Award, Mo Aguilar. Hey, can we get a picture? This next award, the Tornado Award, is given in honor of ETC co-founder Don Marinelli. The award is given in recognition of the student who goes up against the status quo, the existing parameters and limitations of the entertainment technology industry, and the student who makes this type of impact. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Tornado Award, N. Run.
Okay. I'm gonna do this again. Thank you.
Finally, the Pausch Award, inspired by and in honor of our ETC co-founder, Randy Pausch. And this award to the ETC graduate is for one who best epitomizes interdisciplinary leadership through artistic, technical, and interpersonal initiative, growth, and excellence. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Pausch Award, Ming Fen Chung. So, to conclude this afternoon's ceremony, I would love for all the graduates to please stand up so I can say those magical words that you've been waiting to hear. I hereby confer these degrees upon these candidates with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, ETC Class of 2026. And as we conclude the ceremony, I'll invite Aaron back to speak to us about instructions for the class photo.
All right. Congrats again to the ETC class of 2026. Woo! Sorry if that was loud. In a moment, the graduates will be heading to the stadium for a group photo. Students, you should follow Caitlin. She will lead you to exactly where you need to go. Thankfully, the rain has held off, so we can go outside. Everyone else, guests, you can head over to the reception area and begin to eat, begin to drink. Please do not go to the outdoor seating bowl of the stadium, just for students right now. We appreciate your understanding, and we look forward to continuing the celebration. Thanks, everyone.